Martin Luther King once said, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." He wasn't only talking about his children in the setting of just his family, but I believe this message was for every child in America and around the world. On August the 28th, 1963, Dr. Martin Luther King addressed the nation in a defining moment that propelled the civil rights movement. In 1963, I was 11 years old, and I can remember going home and watching the speech that he made on that historical day. And in that speech, the desire of equality inspired thousands of people to attend the March on Washington. I was wishing then that I was old enough to then make that journey to Washington myself. Dr. Martin Luther King delivered "I Have a Dream" speech. It further was a collective in the area of speeches that sent a riveting effect across America. Dr. King inspirationally described a world that was infused with people that believed in equality. I, too, have a dream. And this dream is that every vulnerable child around the world would have a loving Christian family that they could call their own. I'm not equating myself to Dr. Martin Luther King, but this is my "I Have a Dream" for orphans around the world. I have a dream of a world where children will be safe and never suffer abuse and neglect. I have a dream of a world where children wake up without fear of being alone or having no one to care for them. I have a dream where it is at bedtime, all children will have loving arms to tuck them in without worrying about being harmed. I have a dream that every child can grow up healthy and have a positive future. I have a dream that every church will embrace the call of caring for vulnerable children and families. I have a dream that every abused and abandoned child will experience healing and hope. I have a dream that foster youth will not be judged by the situation of their trauma, but by the experience of a life filled with healing that they will then go on to their own destiny and safety. I have a dream that one day in America that there will be no need for child protective services in the sense of children being abused, abandoned, and neglected. And if this comes to pass, taking a phrase from Dr. King's speech, and if this come to pass, I will hear the children sing that old Negro spiritual, free at last, thank God Almighty, we're free at last. The Declaration of Independence says this: we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But what if there was a child's declaration of independence, a child declaration in foster care? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all children are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain unalienable rights, and those rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in a loving family and a world without abuse. I, Bishop Aaron Blake, have a dream.